So one, I wanted to come on because, hello. So that's numero uno. Numero dos is because I wanted to talk to you guys about where I am right now. I'm in such an interesting moment right now between career transitions, between personal stuff. Like, it's just a very interesting time, and you guys are just following along on my journey, and I will definitely fill you guys all in. I'm going to be in Cali next week, so you guys are going to see me out there. I'm going to an amazing conference in Napa, and then after Napa I'm going to head out to LA and have some meetings out there. And for those who have been following my feed know that I have a webinar coming up, right? So this webinar is going to talk about my transition from employee to entrepreneurship and how I made that transition and how I now operate as a full-time entrepreneur and what life is like as a full-time entrepreneur and what does that really mean, and how do you really set yourself up for something like that? Where do you even start? And then once you're in it, how do you continue to scale, right? So I'm going to be talking to you guys about this because I feel like a lot of people want to become an entrepreneur. A lot of people want to give the deuces to their 9-to-5. A lot of people want to make this transition, but they don't understand what it really entails. It sounds really great and it sounds really sexy and exotic to like run your own business, but it really does take a lot. And so I'm going to be talking to you guys about what it really takes and to see if you guys really have what it entails. And entrepreneurship isn't for everyone. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about for those who are gung-ho, for those who are focused, for those who want to make that transition. What is the mindset you need to have, right? Like, how do you even do this? And then once you're in it, how do you stay focused? How do you stay excited when things are not looking as you thought they would, right? How do you stay focused? How do you maintain that ambition, that heart, that grit to go after what it is that you want? So I'll be talking to you guys about that. I'll be talking to you about the 3 things that I did to make the transition from employee to entrepreneurship, so that you guys can prepare yourself in advance instead of just making the leap, right? So many of us, we are just so frustrated and we are tired of the routine and we need something different, almost like a breath of fresh air. And we think that entrepreneurship is the answer. And so I find that a lot of folks will just leave their jobs without really having a plan in place, without really setting yourself up for success. It's almost like you're just winging it, and that can only take you so far. And so this webinar is going to talk to you about how can you strategically set yourself up for success so that when you do make the leap, you're actually giving yourself some time so that you're able to do trial and error, so that you don't have to worry about money, because you're going to be so focused on building your business and scaling your business, and you're going to be learning so much. I have to tell you guys that I've learned so much as an entrepreneur than I have in my 15 plus career in corporate America, because I'm essentially paying for my development with my business. Everything that I learn in terms of managing relationships, in terms of managing my budget, in terms of, how am I setting myself up quarterly, etc. All of that has come as a result of me putting myself in this position and trying entrepreneurship out and seeing how far I can take it. And it's been a very interesting journey. And I want you guys to just be aware of what you're signing up for when you enter entrepreneurship. And there's a lot of benefits to it too. I do recommend it to folks who are executors. Entrepreneurs are exquisite executors, right? And so if this is something you really want to do, you need to make sure that you are an executor, because an executor gains respect of other people. An executor, a results-oriented executor, is the one that gets clients, is the one that gets credibility, is the one that is able to get people to sponsor you in your endeavors, right? You have to be an executor. And I feel that not too many folks are. Not too many folks are. And that's okay. Everybody has their role, but I think people need a little bit of a reality check when it comes to entrepreneurship. And I hope to do that for you guys in the webinar, in addition to those who are focused, who are ready to take that leap, and really teaching you guys how to set yourself up. You need to have a framework, right? I always say one of my favorite mottos is failing to plan is planning to fail, period. So you have to plan. You have to think ahead. You have to foreshadow the life that you want to live. And so we're going to go through that on the webinar. And so I want you guys to join. You know, I keep doing these polls and I keep asking you guys if this is something that you want, and people are saying yes. And if this is something that you guys want to join and people are saying yes. And it hurts my soul to see the procrastination. It really, really does. I have to be honest with you guys. It does, because I feel like, you know, people will go spend money on a pair of sneakers, or people will go spend money on a purse, a Chanel, a Gucci, whatever. People will go spend money on a vacation, but they won't spend money on investing in themselves. And it just boggles my mind, because it's almost like an internal voice that is talking to you that tells you you need to do something, right? It's like internal, and it's telling you need to like change directions. You need to make a change. You need to elevate yourself. You need to become what you are destined to become. And we so often ignore that, and we instead go do things that really don't manifest anything magical in your life. And I want you to live a magical life. We all should live a magical life. I mean, hello, with this makeup, we gotta live magically. Well, today was a good evening, as you guys can see, and I wanted to take you into my world, and I wanted to really just remind you guys about the webinar that's coming up, and also leave you with some VGEMs. Okay, let's see. What am I gonna say? So first VGEM is you need to get one of these lights. All right, for all the ladies that's watching my live right now, you need to get one of these lights, okay? Because they are life, obviously. Two, one of the things that I've been thinking a lot about this week is you have to trust the universe. You have to trust the universe. You just have to. And, you know, not trusting the universe is almost like putting yourself at a disadvantage. You have to trust the universe and what it is planning for you and what you are destined for. You have to believe. And you have to keep going, regardless of how off course it is from the plan that you originally had set for yourself, or whatever it is, what you thought what could have been, should have been, but isn't. You have to still believe in the positive. You have to still believe in the utopia. You have to still believe in the magnificent. And so I'm going to leave you guys with this, because it is 4:42 a.m. and I need to take my ass to the bed. But for those who are still out, I hope you get home safely. For those who are home and just waking up to this and watching my live, I just want to say I appreciate your support. I appreciate you tuning in. I hope you join my webinar and have a lovely